it's funny. I was watching His Glory on a Sunday night, and I asked God, I said, I don't get any dreams anymore, but John's got some really cool people on. And I got a dream that night. So here I am. It's short, it's sweet, but I'll read it to you.
Awesome.
Okay. I was at the front door of my house because someone was outside. I yelled to my sister upstairs, and I said, there's somebody here. I looked out the window of the door and saw a golden retriever standing firm, kind of like when you're standing at a dog show, all stern, straight up, wagging its tail, very happy, staring back at me. And again, I yelled up to my sister, there's somebody here. So I went to the side door, a side window by the front door to see if there was anybody else with the dog. And I didn't see anybody. And again, I yelled up to my sister one more time, and I didn't see anyone. So I went back to the front door, and I was struggling to get on my boots. I had my left foot in a boot, but my right foot had something on it like a slipper, and it wouldn't go in the boot. And then I was just struggling and trying to force it into the boot with whatever was else. I thought it was a slipper or something on my foot. And then I woke up. And the only thing I could tell you, it's not the house I'm in now, because I don't have a window next to the door. The door itself had like a much smaller window that I was looking at. And the golden retriever was the only thing in color.
Okay. Do you have a dog?
I have two.
Did it look like your dog? Was it your dog?
No. I have a French bulldog and a miniature dachshund. This was a golden retriever.
Okay. So a golden retriever and not your house.
Yeah.
And typically you don't try to put on boots with slippers on.
Correct.
Awesome. One of the things that we do is I like to do that I seek out movement a lot is to press into the anomalies. If there's something that's said that's conversationally awkward, if there's something that's done that you normally wouldn't do or doesn't normally describe your real life, first of all, it's one of the indicators that the dream is figurative. And so it's not literal, not your dog, not your house, not your slippers, And so that's really helpful to figure out a direction or to understand the direction of where God is going with what he's wanting to communicate. So I want to get the details right. You were walking into this house. You knew it was a house, but it wasn't your house.
I was already in the house.
You were in the house.
And then I was when the dream started, I was just, by the front door. And I knew somebody was outside.
At a window. Did you look out the window? Did you see anything outside or?
The first thing I looked at was when I was at the front door, I was looking out the window of the door. The door had a small window on top of it. And that's where I saw the golden retriever. And then I walked around the side where there was a bigger window because I was like, is there somebody with this dog? And there was nobody there. And then that's when I went back to the front door and I would put my left foot in a boot, and then the other one wasn't going in. So I had something on it that wasn't allowing me to get my foot into the boot.
Are you right side dominant?
Yes.
Okay. When you went to the side with the big window, did you still see the golden retriever?
Yeah.
But you didn't see anybody else?
Nope, just the golden retriever.
Wow, this is a cool dream.
Like,
so the door is shut.
But it was just, I figured out so.
It's interesting. So the door is shut, but there's a small window at the top. So you kind of peek out the small window and you see this golden retriever. Did you hear anything? Did it cause you to go, or you just kind of curiously looked out the window for no apparent reason?
Yeah, I just was there and I said, there's somebody at the door. And I looked outside and I see this very happy golden retriever. And I'm
standing at attention, like waiting for something.
Yeah, just like ready, like as if you were at a dog show, right? And you're in front of the judge, and like upright, that type of thing.
Yep. Awesome. So looking out a window, that represents what we affectionately call the looking glass. It's kind of a throwback to Alice in Wonderland, but it's a throwback to several other things, which represents seeing into the future. It's the idea. It's also 1 Corinthians 13. Now we see through a mirror dimly or through a glass darkly. So when you're looking, and that's what you were doing, you weren't looking through a window. It was this glass pane that was in the door. So the door was closed, but you're looking out and you see a golden retriever standing or sitting at attention, standing or sitting,
Standing.
standing at attention,
Hmm.
waiting as if he's waiting for you to come out,
Right.
right? And then you go to a bigger window, go to the side to the bigger window, and you see that nobody's with him, but you still see the golden retriever.
Right.
So, what this represents is an area of your life, and I believe it's financial, where a door has been shut for you. And now God is giving you a glimpse into the future and saying that there are things that you lost financially that you're going to get back.
Wow.
So that's the point of the golden retriever. And it's obviously a very well trained dog, because you said several times it's like a dog in a dog show. So this is a very well trained dog. Obviously, golden retrievers are called such because that's what they do. They retrieve things. And obviously, golden, it could have been a different color. It could have been,
Right.
God could have picked any kind of dog he wanted to. But even the name golden retriever is the idea that there's something that I feel like has either been stolen from you, held back from you, a door has been closed. It wasn't something that you could necessarily pursue. It also, I feel like it might have had something to do with maybe an inheritance or something that was contested or you lost out on, or something that you thought, you had rights to, and it just didn't work out, and it got to the point where it's like, wow, there's nothing further that I can do.
Mhm.
The way is shut. And so now you're seeing first a peek into that, which is what the dream is. It's a peek into the idea that there's something waiting for you. And then you even go to the bigger window, and in the bigger window, you get obviously a much wider view of what you're looking at in the front yard. The front yard represents your future, but it represents your close future, your near future. It's not like being a 50,000-foot plane and seeing 3 states away.
Okay.
It's the idea of seeing what's literally directly in front of you. And what's directly in front of you is the help you need, literally a friend, like a man's best friend, that is waiting for you to simply open the door and walk out, and then you go retrieve the gold together.
Wow.
So I would look for that opportunity. If you don't know what it is,
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
okay, sometimes something will come to mind and people will be like, could it be this? Or a lot of times God will just quicken something to your mind, and it's, I don't know. I went through a loss here or there. If you don't have any idea, just pray. God will make it clear to you. A lot of times what I do is before I go to sleep, I ask God questions. Like almost every time when I lay down, I ask him questions just to see if he'll answer me in a dream. And a lot of times he does. He doesn't always. He's a person, so he does what he wants to do too.
Right.
And sometimes I just say, hey, what's on your heart, Papa? What do you want to talk to me about? And then I go to sleep.
Right.
But I feel like this is the opening of a conversation. This dream is the view through the window in the door. So you're going to get a much wider view of what that is when you go off to the side, which will be like a sidebar conversation, different from the initial conversation. The initial conversation, again, is standing at the door. And then you'll be able to see the whole front yard. And you'll see, like, well, nobody's there with them. It's just this dog. And then, you feel safe and ready to proceed. You're putting on your boots, which means you're getting ready. In Ephesians 6, boots or shoes represent the preparation of the gospel of peace. Your right side dominant, so you're having it's the right side that you have the slipper on, right?
Yeah. Well, and I wasn't really. I knew it was something. I'm not positive it was a slipper, but it was something that was not allowing me to get my foot in the boot.
Right.
Okay,
so since you're right side dominant, it's the idea that if you step out, very often you would lead with your right foot when you step out. So when you open the door and you step over the threshold of the doorpost, which represents the safety of the dwelling that you're in, you're stepping out on your right foot. If there's something preventing you from putting that boot on, then that means you're not totally ready, because it represents the readiness of the gospel of peace. And so what you want to do is find out, and again, it's just a representation. A slipper could be a slippery slope you go down in your mind where it's like, well, I tried this and God doesn't want me to have it. It must be a closed door. You get into this thinking where it's like, no, this is representing a new future for you. It's representing retrieving something that was lost or stolen. And I think it's a very good dream.
Wow. Well, thank you very much. That was great.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing that. What a great, I love it when he talks like that.
Yeah, me too. Now I'm just going to pray about what it is so that it can
Yeah.
come, you know?
Well, let us know if you when you figure it out and it happens.
Oh,
Send
yeah,
us
I'll
a
definitely.
testimony. I
Yeah.
love hearing the end of the stories.
Okay, definitely I will. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Thanks, Tanya.